Yo, I know what you're here for. Let's get to that sports talk. Welcome back to another episode of Lace 'em Up Sports Talk Show. We had a lot going on this week. Bobby Wagner re-signed Jonathan Allen today. Breaking news: Jonathan Allen has been released after earlier this month. We tried to get him a trade for him. We informed the guy that look, you can go seek a trade. A guy who has been nothing but a catalyst for our franchise, and it's pretty sad to see a guy like this kind of walk, because this is kind of the games we won for guys like these ones, the guys who went through the dirt of the Commanders franchise, through Snyder, through the quarterback horror. He's been through it. Jonathan Allen was one of those guys drafted in 2017 with the 17th pick. The guy was dominant coming out of the draft. He was durable until the pec injury, only missing 2 games before last year, and him in 2024 tearing his pec and working his ass back, working to come back. He finishes the last 2 games in the regular season and finishes the 2 playoff games, and got some sacks, got some QB hurries. He will be at the top of the market now. Commanders informed 2-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Jonathan Allen today that he is being released per sources. The team is allowing Allen to hit free agency early, and he is now expected to be one of the top D tackles on the market. Him and Hargrave are now going to be one of those guys that are at the top of the market when we talk about defensive tackles. Within the 8-year career of Jonathan Allen, he had 42 sacks, 108 starts. So, like I said, only missing 2 games before the last year. Releasing the guy, it comes down to business. You're a 30-year-old D tackle. You're getting up there in age. You're looking for a re-signing. You're looking for another contract. We have $16 million if we free this guy up. So we get back to $80 million after, acquiring Debo. So we're back at $80 million in cap space by dropping him. $16.5 million is freed up. And was looking to get like I think it was 15.5 base salary, which none of it was guaranteed. So he had no guarantees in his contract. So he's looking for another contract. And then on our team, it seems like we're not going to do something like that. Missed 9 games with the pec injury last year, so he was pretty gone. And we got a lot of dollars wrapped up in Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. And this was one of those guys that was matched up with Montez Sweat, Chase Young. Y'all remember the D-line we were looking to pop off. And like I said, Montez Sweat, I'm kind of sad we let go of him, but he was one of those guys. And Deron Payne is actually the last guy left from that group. And that was a hell of a group. I ain't gonna lie. It's just we ain't had a quarterback situation right. Our defense was right. Then they started to get burnt in the defensive back, in the backfield. But Jonathan Allen, one of those consistent guys for us that was making that happen. And within this year, no out with the injury, not giving us a lot of production within the last year. And we're not going to try to re-sign any guys who we really don't know much about. But Jonathan Allen, definitely one of those guys that wish the best for him. First of all, wish the best for him, because he ain't done our franchise. He ain't do no wrongs for our franchise. He wanted to be a winner. He wanted to be with that team throughout all the games we were winning, going 12-5. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be within every single game of that. I know it. And he's a good character guy, a captain for this team. He had to kind of get thrown into that role of being that one of those faces of the franchise type of guys. Him, Terry, was one of those guys. He was the face on defense for our team on defense, and Terry was the face of our guys on offense. Now, since some new guys have came in, Singer Still, Dante Fowler, you start to mix up the coaching staff. You start to bring in a lot of guys.
For the first 2 points of the day for Washington.
You start to bring in a lot of different guys in there. So we remember that package with Jamin Davis, and you seeing what I'm seeing right here in Payne and Sweat. So, and Fuller, you know what I'm saying? So all those guys from that era and that franchise is kind of done. Like that Ron Rivera era is starting to be over with. I think Payne is like one of the last guys in that era. Like I said, it's sad to see a guy like that walk away. Whoever he goes to, he's going to get a nice deal. From Jordan, Washington today, loved everything with Jonathan Allen, provided as a leader and played for the last 8 years, but it became clear that the production hadn't been the same. I wish him nothing but the best. Yeah, production. Let's share our screen with our production of Jonathan Allen over the last 8 years. A great career for us. Jonathan Allen, I have no stain, no paint, no nothing. And if it's anybody putting a stain on Jonathan Allen is a new Washington fan who was a Washington fan back then and just came back. Like, nah, Jonathan Allen, he's been one of those core guys, bro. And I wish him nothing but the best. But as in business, let's get down to the business and let's get into what, you know what I'm saying, back in the front office, they probably saying to themselves, a guy who played 2024, 8 games. So he missed 9 games. He missed 9 games last year. Production-wise, going over the last 4 years. So 2021, 9 sacks. I think that's where he kind of gets his contract or whatnot. And then 7.5, and then the stats just go down by there. You know what I'm saying? The tackles, the solo tackles aren't up like they used to be. Definitely the sacks aren't there. You know what I'm saying? 16 solo, 30, but very durable. 16 games in 2023, 16 games 2022, played all 17, 16, 15, 16. So he's playing. He's a very durable guy. He can't stay healthy. So I don't want anybody talking about this man is not durable. Yes, this year he tore his pec, but he did everything to come back and play for us. You know what I'm saying? But it releases some money to try to get some of these guys within Hendrickson or Myles Garrett or Joey Bosa, because we got to sign the defensive end, somebody who can get to the quarterback. Kind of wish we didn't move off of Montez Sweat when we had the chance to move off of him, but it's okay. We had to get some picks. We got Lattimore, we got Debo, but much love for Jonathan Allen. I hope he goes somewhere else and actually puts up some good numbers for a good team. Hopefully he doesn't stay in my division. I do not want Jonathan Allen in my division because his ass is going to be trying to do everything to get after the quarterback, get after JD, and you know, it just had to happen. It was business. Local guy, tough dude. He went through a lot of tough years in Washington. I know the losing destroyed him inside. I'm glad he was able to experience last season's success. Good luck, Jonathan Allen. And this is some of the reactions on Twitter of Jonathan Allen right here. Jonathan Allen being released for some of the guys who are Commanders fans. Commanders, wide receiver De'Ami Brown speaks on Jonathan Allen being released. Appreciate you, big dog. Lord has something in for store for you. I'm thinking, look, De'Ami sounds like he's returning because he said, appreciate you, big dog. Lord has something in store for you. Like he's saying, appreciate you, like you gone, like you staying. We don't know if De'Ami Brown, we don't know if you staying. New Commander Detective John Spector release. Allen reserves the right to sign with whichever team he liked to. If released, Bills fans, would you be interested in adding Allen? How much would you offer for his services? So seems like some teams are already interested in Jonathan Allen. Teams like the Cardinals, teams like the Bills, the teams who need some pass rushers to get at the quarterback, get some defense back on that side with the Buffalo Bills. Great ass D tackle coming out of Alabama. You know, we used to be all on the Alabama trend. We used to be Alabama, Deron Payne, Alabama, Jonathan Allen. And this is some of the stuff he did in the championship. He was actually giving some great production. He was actually giving some great production this season when he was on the field, like QB hurries. He has a lot of QB hurries. He knows he has a lot of strength and a lot of balance to get at the QB. So this is some of the games he played and some of the hurries he had throughout the season. Somebody's got to get a good D tackle if he can stay healthy. He's very durable, plays a lot of games. And this was the other season where Russ was on the Broncos. So kind of the season where he was playing, but a lot of power in that guy. I ain't gonna lie. One big 1 or 2 year deal for Allen would be a good get. Proven vet, 3-tech D tackle with pass rush and run D juice. With feast on one-on-ones with Washington and Hunter, needing to be game plan for. He is a game plan kind of type of dude. Roster update. How y'all feel about Jonathan Allen being released? I think it's kind of business. It's honestly kind of business, and we'll get into business wise. And sorry, my camera has battery exhausted, but we still here, baby. We about to jump back on here. And while we jumping back on the camera, Bobby Wagner, bro. Bobby Wagner, re-signed, veteran type of guy, has over 130 sacks over the last since 2015. Over 130 sacks since 2015. He's very durable. The man plays almost every game. He's about to turn 35, bro. 35. Awesomeness back in the chat. Shout out to Awesomeness back in the chat. What is up? Going through this Bobby Wagner, deep tackle Jonathan Allen type of stuff. You feel me? Jonathan Allen, a first round pick with the organization 2017, and he played high school in Ashburn. So this is a guy who's grew up within DC, within that realm of Commanders, Washington, and that's where the Commanders practice at. That's where they play at. Played in 109 games over the course of 8 years with 108 starts. He recorded 401 tackles, 118 quarterback hits, and 42 sacks, which ranks 10th all-time in franchise history. So the man has put up hella stats with us. So that's the respect that Jonathan Allen will get. He gets all respect from me. Allen earned back-to-back Pro Bowl appearances in 2021, 2022, recording 16 and a half sacks, and that's where he got his bag. We gave him his bag, and now the bag has ran out, and now you got to go get your bag somewhere else, point blank. 16 and a half sacks in the span of his career high of 9 in 2021. Allen was also the team's nominee for the league's Walter Payton Man of the Year award for providing resources to Sasha Bruce Youth Works, SBY, which is a nonprofit organization in Washington, D.C. that helps homeless youth find safe homes, achieve and maintain good physical and mental health. So this is a leader, organization-wise. Hold on, I'm sorry. Not even showing y'all what I'm reading. But this is a leader, organization-wise, a guy that's been in his organization, a guy who has gave out some of his profits of what he's had and what he did, and has had a big step and a big foot in the D.C. area. So you're going to get a captain type of guy. I wish him nothing but the best. But $16.5 million added to the cap space. We trying to win some Super Bowls. I'm glad he did go through the winning season that we had. I am glad that he did get the chance to look at us, to be on that team, or get into the NFC Championship, which is not easy. And he got to get that experience with a winning culture, and I know he's going to try to get back to a winning culture. So what team do y'all see my guy Jonathan Allen joining? Is it a good riddance? Like, are you one of those guys that's good riddance? Who cares? Or is it like, man, good luck? Like, for real, good luck. You've been through a lot with us to shitty run, to shitty quarterback wise. Like at one point we had fucking Mark Sanchez handing the ball off to 60-year-old Adrian Peterson. That's what Jonathan Allen was going through. That's the type of shit Jonathan Allen was going through with our team. So I don't want to hear no disrespect from Jonathan Allen. News-wise, let's go to the new ESPN News. John Kine, Commander, released D-tackle Jonathan Allen. The move ends an 8-year relationship with the Commanders. Like I just said earlier this month, the team had granted Allen permission to seek a trade, so we could not find a trade partner earlier this month. You remember all the reports coming out with Jonathan Allen, like we're going to move on from him. And you don't see a lot of teams trade for a guy that we say can go seek a trade, and you have no guaranteed salary left, and you have a cap space of $16 million left on your deal. Every team, every 31 other teams know that you're going to end up releasing this player. So why am I trading for him? Unlike the Jaguars, who took Christian Kirk, who stole Christian Kirk and for a 7th-round pick, he already know if Christian Kirk had tested the market in free agency, then we all know that could have been Christian Kirk, but it could have been maybe on the Washington Commanders because Cliff Kingsbury has some of those ties. This is kind of the ESPN free agency news, live updates. Jags plan to release what? Like we have a lot of stuff going on. Was a sneaky move getting Christian Kirk. I'll give it to the Jaguars. They definitely had a good thing going. And if you haven't been tuned into the live updates between the last Commanders moves and Debo and the reaction that we've been getting and the release and the Bobby Wagner, we got the deal of Bobby Wagner happening on stream last stream. So get my reaction from Bobby Wagner reaction on stream, but we can get a deep dive into Bobby Wagner right now. 1-year deal worth up $9.5 million, $8 million guaranteed. Let's start going to detail about Bobby Wagner. This is a 10-time Pro Bowler. This is a captain, a guy, a leader. You're just not getting no old shabby guy. This man plays almost every down for your team. He was named 2nd team All-Pro just last year and went to the Pro Bowl. Him and Jaden Daniels didn't actually go to the Pro Bowl because the Pro Bowl is like a fucking video game at this point. It's no point in even watching that shit. We're just watching quarterbacks throw the ball at darts. So Pro Bowl is starting to get, yeah, you a Pro Bowl type of guy, but that kind of Pro Bowl name is starting to go away because the Pro Bowl isn't shit now since Sean Taylor knocked somebody's head off in the middle of it. He also recorded 100 or more tackles for a 13th straight season, consecutive season, 13 straight years. He has had over 100 tackles. So you're getting production from a guy in Bobby Wagner. Tying former Washington linebacker London Fletcher. And we all know what London Fletcher, that type of guy was. The man was a tackling machine, a run stopper, one of the greatest players of all time. Bobby Wagner is a first ballot Hall of Famer. London Fletcher, a first ballot Hall of Famer. Ray Lewis, up there with Ray Lewis. These are the type of guys that we're talking about that was still in NFL history. That's the type of guy, Bobby Wagner. So you got to bring him back. He probably already knew that he was going to be back here. This is a guy who he has ties to, coaching staff that he has ties to within Dan Quinn and the way he's using them correctly. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't get that use from the Seahawks. So he followed his guy Dan Quinn to Washington, called him up, and now he knew what he was going to be. He knew what he was going to be, bro. Washington linebacker London Fletcher for the second longest streak in NFL history. Wagner, 34 years old. He's about to turn 35. Finished with a team high in 132 tackles and 2 sacks. 132 tackles for a 35-year-old. What are we saying here? This is a guy we got to bring back, bro. So shout out to the re-signing of Bobby. Free agency officially starts next week. Like, we about to be up scrolling. Like, it's about to be crazy. We got $80 million in cap space in a team that just went to the NFC Championship and knocked off the number 1 seed. So there's going to be a lot of guys who are trying to get on the Commanders that we're looking for. In talks with Hendrickson, Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa. We got to get a DN. We're going to start with either a DB, a DN. Try to get one of those spots or both of those spots sealed up. And it doesn't have to be in free agency. We still have our 28th pick. So y'all tell me what we should do with the 28th pick. Should we get a corner? Should we get a defensive end? Should we get a offensive lineman? We're looking to beef up. Reports that we're looking to beef up the offensive line. Wagner, a second-round pick by the Seattle Seahawks in 2012, spent his first 10 seasons with Seattle, where he won a Super Bowl and also was voted to 8 Pro Bowls and named to 10 All-Pro teams, including 6 on the first team. He has experience, NFL experience. That's what it comes down to, and he's giving us as long as a guy is giving up production, I need a guy like that on my team. Next guy should be Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz deal should have been done right after Bobby Wagner's deal. I still think we bring in a linebacker. I still think we bring in a tight end because we're getting old at that position. I mean, Bobby Wagner, he ain't going to play for that long. It's probably a make it or break it year for Bobby Wagner this year because he signed a 1-year deal. That means he's finna retire. He's probably trying to get the record. He's probably trying to get the tackle record, and he's probably going to be out of there for sure. Stats. Just look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. 183, 132 tackles, 140 tackles. This man hasn't had under 130 tackles since 2015 when they went to the Super Bowl. So I love this move by the Washington Commanders. I love the move, honestly, releasing Jonathan Allen. That was kind of a that's kind of the release here. The 49ers are tied to both D tackle Jonathan Allen and Joey Bosa. I wouldn't be surprised. They always try to get there. Y'all remember this?
I'm tired of this bullshit. It's been 7 years of the same shit. Tired of this shit.
What can you do now going forward to get it turned around?
Get our minds right and get ready to play Philadelphia.
To get frustrating when that team.
Yes, it does. I'm tired of this
shit. Tired of that shit. I'd have been tired of that shit too. I ain't gonna lie. Next moves. Free agency. Let's get to it. Free agency. Let's go defensive backs first. We start with defensive backs. So let's go in here. Let's share my tab. Top free agent cornerbacks 2025. Let's go here. This is CBS Sports. According to CBS Sports, these are the top defensive backs according to CBS Sports. So let's zoom in a little bit. Not now. DJ Reed, New York Jets. This is the guy who's flying around. Average salary of $11 million. Reed is one of the underrated cornerbacks in the league, earning a chance to be a cornerback one after spending several years with Sauce Gardner. Opposing quarterbacks targeting Reed last season completed just 46.3% of their passes, as he allowed just 2 passing touchdowns. So this guy is not allowing much of any touchdowns. He's a maybe kind of a lockdown type of guy, if you want to say that. 63% passer rating as their primary defender in coverage. Like I said, Jets have a good defensive line because sometimes you can get your defensive line sacks on that. Travarius Ward is getting up. He is getting up in age. Travarius Ward, 29, 13.5 annual salary. He's probably looking to get another deal. Already a good corner with 2 franchises. And remember, this is a guy who's had something, his daughter passing away and stuff like that. He wants to get out of San Francisco, so I don't see him going back there. And some of these free agents are free agents, but they can't come back to their team that they were already on if they say the value is not there in free agency. They can't come back. So there could be a chance we get Allen back, but who knows? On the comfy deal, he's going to have to be. Ward hits the free agent market again. Opposing quarterbacks targeting Ward last season had a lot of success as Ward gave up 93.3 passer rating. So he's up in age, 29, and he's actually getting cooked. We don't want nothing to do with that. Darius Slay, 34. We have a 35-year-old in Bobby Wagner. Zach Ertz is old as hell too. So if you're still giving us production, we might be able to bring in a Darius Slay, but I think in the first round, we draft Nate Wiggins. Draft a corner, please, in the first round. That's what I say. Draft a corner first round. Slay is coming off one of his best seasons as opposing quarterbacks targeting him completed just 47.1% of their passes. While Slay didn't have an interception, he allowed a 63.6 pass rating as a primary defender in coverage, recorded 13 pass breakups and allowed just 2 touchdowns. So DJ Reed and Darius Slay are allowing only 2 touchdowns and a low passer rating, 46% here, and then 47% for Darius Slay right here of their passer rating. So that's some of the top 3 corners that we can be looking at. Once you go down past the 5 range, you can call Carlton Davis, Byron Murphy, Rasul Douglas, Stephon Gilmore. I don't think Jonathan Jones. I think we're trying to get younger at corner and actually get better at it. Veteran guys in Darius Slay could come in and teach guys like Singer Still and some of these young guys to play better coverage. Darius Slay, Lattimore, and Mikey Singer Still kind of looks like a good tandem. I ain't gonna lie, but an old ass tandem at that. If it's just Mikey Singer Still, so DJ Reed. Who knows if we get a guy like that in corner? Defensive ends. We already seen the trade. Bengals allow Hendrickson to seek a trade. We seen that. Myles Garrett, he didn't. We seen the reports that he wanted a meeting with the owner. The owner denied his meeting. All that type of good stuff. So we have a shot at Myles Garrett. We open up $16 million in cap space to open that up to get a type of a big defensive end. And we're in talks with Hendrickson. We're in talks with Bosa. We're in talks with Garrett. And now within not talking about trades and the guys who want trade, let's look at the free agents actually for the defensive end spot. Top free agents. Defensive ends. Because I know Khalil Mack is one of those guys that are up there. It's one of those guys that are up there too. And this is according to Player Football Focus. Now, that's the top free agents. We want to see D ends, defensive ends. Sports Illustrated. Let's go Sports Illustrated. And I forgot they letting Josh Sweat test the market. Milton Williams. Let's go back because they're still not showing us defensive ends for some reason. I guess let's go ESPN. Maybe ESPN got something up here that we can look at. Who are the top free agents available? Ronnie Stanley, DJ Reed, Chris Godwin. We're tied into some wide receivers. Sam Darnold, Josh Sweat. Don't want him. I'm honestly be kind of for real. I think I'm good on the guy in Josh Sweat. Let's look at the stats in Josh Sweat, one of the DNs that are available in free agency if we want to add to the DN spot. 2024, he recorded 8 sacks, 6.5 sacks. Sometimes you can't be just, what is this guy doing in the running game? Is he getting to the quarterback too? Is he getting QB hits? Is he getting hurries? You know what I'm saying? It's not all about sacks. It's just not all about sacks. And he's getting, it looks pretty good, productive wise. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's only 1 year you had a double-digit sacks, Josh Sweat. I think I'm good on Josh Sweat. I don't know about y'all in the chat, but I'm pretty good on Josh Sweat. I don't want him. I'm good on him. But had 8 sacks this season and was pretty good on that Super Bowl team in Josh Sweat. Khalil Mack, linebacker, could probably be on the edge most of the time. And then when you get down here to 10 spot and Joey Bosa, some of those type of name guys in free agency that we might take a look at and maybe trying to get Khalil Mack to get away from LA and try to get him in a spot where we can, Dan Quinn will put you in a hell of a position to get some sacks. I ain't going to lie. Khalil Mack, let's look at the production. And Khalil Mack has been a beat up type of guy, pretty sure. 6 sacks recorded this year, down from last year in 2023, where this man has 17 sacks with the Chargers. Holy shit. I have to get Khalil Mack a call. I ain't gonna lie. Total tackles, 39, very down from 2023, and he had 74. So he had a pretty down year. Didn't play all 17 games, but this is within 16 games. 16 games is enough. It was 16 at one point. A durable guy in Chicago, starting out in Chicago, 14 games played, 16. This was the regular season as much as it was until 2022 or 3, where they moved it to 17 games. 2021 missed some games, missed almost half his games, but 17, 16, like very durable guy. I need a guy who's going to be on our field, a guy who's not going to be injured and give us some production. Khalil Mack, I'm giving bro a call. For a fact, I'm giving bro a call. Free agency next week, which sounds crazy. Draft. We have the 28 pick within less than a month, I think, a month or something like that. We got the draft. Would y'all like Khalil Mack over Josh Sweat? Would you like Josh Sweat? Maybe bringing in a guy like that. Here we go. Joey Bosa, though. Joey Bosa. Let's look at Joey Bosa. Hold on. Which has not been on the field much of since he's got that big contract with the Chargers. And the last guy from San Diego Chargers left for the Chargers. So that era is kind of gone. Stats, 5 sacks last year. I don't think he played all his games. 14 games played. Hasn't played all his games since 2021. 16 games played in 2021. After that, 5, 9, 14. So a guy that's been pretty banged up. A guy who's towards is growing, who's been out 6.5 sacks to 5 sacks, really not cutting it. We want some. We need them double digits. We need them double digits. Now let's look up Trey Hendrickson, because we might be able to trade. Maybe it'll come down to draft day. Usually, some big things happen draft day, and sometimes if somebody picks a guy that you were looking to get at 28 and now you don't know what you're doing, we don't know who we want, and we go and give, say, the Browns a call and the Bengals a call, would you like pick 28 for Trey Hendrickson? Boom, and we can get a deal done like that. But Joey Bosa, him and Khalil Mack, I will give a call. I'm sorry, Joey Bosa, maybe if he gets somewhere else, gets another place to be at, resets himself, resets his place where he's going to be at, I feel like he's going to start to pick up from there. He's one of those good names. In the Bosa family, the motherfuckers get sacks. I ain't going to lie. They get sacks. Trey Hendrickson. Here we go. 17.5 sacks last year. Going to be looking upwards of 100 million. I ain't gonna lie. This is a guy who's going to command at least 30 million a year. Following Max Crosby, 106 reset the market type deal. He just got fucked up the whole DM market. So would we be trying to give a guy in Trey Hendrickson 30 million a year, 33 million a year? We're looking to re-sign Terry McLaurin to a 30 million a year type deal to make him the top 5 wide receiver paid in the NFL. Hopefully we can get that done. But 17.5 sacks. So we averaged in the last 2 years 17.5 sacks, and 14, 13 right here in 8. Pretty decent, not 10 sacks or nothing like that. But when you got 46 tackles, 43 tackles, yeah, the man 33 solo, like he's been up there. He's been doing. Trey Hendrickson is going to be on the market. Myles Garrett maybe be the guy that we're looking for. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This has been a good string so far. How do y'all feel about Commanders releasing Jonathan Allen? Who do you think's the next move we got to make? It's not re-sign. It could be re-sign wise. It could be Zach Ertz. It could be Jeremy Chin. It could be off market. Let's trade for somebody. Where is some of these receivers going at Devontae Adams? We're talking about anything regarding the Washington Commanders, baby, and the breaking news. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody who returned in the chat from yesterday's stream. We probably have some news again tomorrow, so I'll probably be back on here at 6:30. We're on here at 6:30 every time some breaking news happens. I love y'all. Tune into the videos within the long form videos where I've been to the NFC Championship game with the Eagles. I went to the Atlanta Falcons game where we actually officially made the playoffs, got fan interaction. Eagles game, I was there. I was when Jamison Crowder at the back of the end zone. Tune in to all those videos and the long form videos. Tune into the live stream. I'll try to stay consistent for y'all. Appreciate y'all. God bless, chat. God bless.